This is Graph Those Continents by Guerrero. This is for kindergartners and will take 1 to 2 class periods. Students will have fun selecting popular foods, toys, and animals that originated from around the world. They will organize these items by continents and will create a class graph. The purpose of this lesson is students will use numerical operations and graphing skills to organize and formulate questions based on objects from the 7 continents. Students will then realize that commonplace items come from a variety of places. The materials you need is a world map with 7 continents, a key to where the objects originated, which is provided as part of this lesson, scissors and tape or glue, large chart paper or a whiteboard space, a round-the-world object key, graphing the 7 continents, and continent nameplates included in this lesson. The objectives. The students will be able to locate the 7 continents on a map and organize pictures using the names of these continents. They will recognize that toys, foods, and animals come from other areas in the world. They will solve numerical problems by organizing pictures according to continental origin. They will construct a graph using pictures of objects from the 7 continents, and they will interpret data based on the graph constructed by the class. As a class, look at the world map and identify the 7 continents. Label the 7 continents using the large nameplates provided. If you have a class map on the wall, that is wonderful and you would want to use that. If you need a large map for class groups, you can print out a map off of the website, the link included, where they tile it, and you can tape or staple the different map pieces together so that each group has a large map if needed. Talk to students about how objects, toys, and animals we love originally came from other places in our world. Look at the map worksheet that has the 7 continents and object key and discuss how students can find out where objects originated. So if you look at this map, there's a map that includes all 7 continents labeled, and then there's images where different objects come from. So if you look at North America, the Barbie doll, Pop-Tart, and basketball all come from North America. Where if you look at Antarctica, krill and penguins live there. You will also see down here in alphabetical order is a key to all of those items and tells you which continent they originated from. Instruct students to cut out their favorite object, rotating the paper around so each student has an opportunity to cut one object out. So as part of this lesson, you have some different images that are the same exact images on the map. You would have students cut out different pieces, different objects. They are all food, animals, or toys that are common to young children. And then you will have them come up to the large class graph and identify which continent they came from. They will be able to find where they are based on the chart and the alphabetical order. So I am creating the graph right here for you. You would, on the whiteboard or a piece of space on the wall, put all of the continents down the left side, and then students would identify where these objects came from. And once again, you can use the map. So the magnifying glass, you could look up M for magnifying glass, is found in Europe. So the student would tape it next to Europe. The notepad is found originally from Australia, so I would put it there. Oranges are from Asia. Penguins live in Antarctica. Pop-Tarts are from North America. And marbles are from Europe. So students, as they cut out the pieces, would come up to the large class graph and tape where those objects are originated from. Once the objects are cut out, they will identify they were, and they will tape those up. Students will then go back to their group and wait their turn to cut out another object to add to the graph. You would want students to have 2 or 3 times minimum an opportunity to come and add to the class graph. Once the graph is completed, have the students discuss and interpret the graph, counting how many objects are next to each continent, and talk about which continent has the most or least. So from my small sample looking here, you can see that North America has 1, South America has 0, Europe has 2, Asia has 1, Africa has 0, Australia has 1, and Antarctica has 1. So I would ask the students which continent has the most objects selected by students and cut out. And in this case, Europe has 2. And which one has the least? South America and Africa has the least. As an assessment, have students complete an individual graph using the data collected. So you have a graph here where students, when we're all said and done, they would be able to color the amount of pieces. So going back to ours, Europe has 2. So on Europe, I would color 2 squares. North America has 1, so I would color 1 square. As you can see, this creates a visual representation of the images, and it'll be very easy for students to count how many objects for each continent is found. There are some questions about which continent has the most pictures and which continent has the least pictures on their assessment piece. Students will be informally assessed based on recognition of objects and the origin when they attach the pictures to the class graph. They can also be assessed on letter recognition for the starts of sounds, like orange starts with an O, marble starts with an M. Students will complete an individual graph based on the data collected, and this will be interpreted of solving numerical problems at 80% accuracy. Some extensions you could do is students could bring in an object from home and organize them according to origin, adding to the class graph. So a sort of show and tell where they bring objects and they look up. We can use technology to look up where they originated from. You can continue adding to the world map pictures of objects from books read throughout the semester. And you can organize the objects alphabetically, working on letter sounds and word recognition. Thank you.